The story begins in Hull-Turf, a small and quiet city in Germany. Here we meet a young boy named Moritz. Today is a very big day for him. It's the final match of the Youth Soccer Championship. Moritz dreams of becoming a football star one day. At home, Moritz is busy practicing ball juggling in the living room. His father, Hull, calls him to eat. Hull is not just his dad, he's also his team's coach. But Moritz doesn't listen. He keeps practicing again and again. Suddenly, the ball flies off his foot and lands right on the table. His father gets angry and scolds him. There's no more time to argue. It's time to leave for the match. Before getting into the car, Moritz looks at his mother, Janana, and asks her one thing. Please come and watch me play today. She's always busy and often misses his games, but this time she smiles and promises, I'll be there. I won't miss it. Moritz feels happy. Father and son drive to the stadium for the final match. Their team, Hull-Turf, is playing against Epleene. The game is intense. Both teams fight hard. In the final moments of the match, Hull-Turf is losing by 1 goal. Then suddenly, Moritz gets the ball. He's right in front of the goal. This is his moment. One simple kick can tie the match. But Moritz has a problem. He daydreams. In his mind, the stadium changes. He imagines a huge crowd. He imagines the World Cup final. He sees himself as a hero. Instead of making an easy shot, Moritz tries a fancy bicycle kick, but everything goes wrong. He misses the ball and kicks the rival goalkeeper right in the nose. The referee blows the whistle. The match is over. Epleene wins the trophy. Moritz's teammates are furious. They know this wasn't the first time. His daydreaming has ruined an important moment again. Inside the locker room, Moritz sits quietly, full of regret. And then, his mother arrives. She's late. Again. She hugs him and tries to calm him down. Then she says they should go find his father. But when they do, they see something shocking. Moritz's father is having a romantic moment with the team's secretary. Janana is furious. Right there, she demands a divorce. Without saying much, she takes Moritz and leaves the city. They move to Epleene, the town where her father lives. There, Moritz meets his grandfather, Rudi. Rudi is quiet, serious, and doesn't talk much. Moritz moves into his mother's old room and tries to get used to his new life. Everything feels strange and new. Seeing this, Janana encourages him. She promises him something important. Rudi will take him to the Epleene stadium. If things go well, Moritz can join the local youth soccer team. The next day, Rudi takes him to the stadium. He talks to the coach, Rothkirch, but right away, it's clear they don't like each other. Still, Rudi insists. So, with a lot of doubt, Rothkirch agrees. He tells his son, the team captain, to give Moritz a chance. But then comes the shock. The captain is Mark, the same goalkeeper Moritz kicked in the face during the final match. Mark recognizes him immediately, and instead of giving him a fair chance, Mark and his teammates start mocking him. They kick balls at him on purpose, laughing and humiliating him. Moritz stands there, frozen. That's when Rudi steps in. He stops everything and takes his grandson away from the field. Moritz tries to thank him, but Rudi says nothing. His face stays cold and serious. The next day, Moritz starts at his new school. During recess, a boy named N walks up to him. N is also going through his parents' divorce. They quickly connect. N introduces Moritz to his brother EMTT and to their friends Nico and Katrina. Soon they invite Moritz to play soccer with them. But the fun doesn't last long. Mark and the Epleene players suddenly show up. They start teasing the kids. Mark kicks their ball far away and laughs. He tells them not to even try playing soccer. According to him, they're not a real team. But instead of breaking Moritz, this only fires him up. He looks at his new friends and says, let's make our own team. The kids love the idea. They search for a place to practice and finally find one, an abandoned lot next to a junkyard. It's dirty, broken, and full of trash, but they don't give up. They decide to clean it and turn it into their own soccer field. Moritz takes the next big step. He registers the group for the upcoming Youth Cup. He gives the team a bold name, the Devil Kickers. When the secretary asks for the coach's name, Moritz quickly writes down Rudi's name. After all, his grandfather used to be a soccer player. Day after day, the kids work hard. They clean the field, move trash, and mark lines. Finally, the field is ready. Moritz is excited. He can't wait to face Mark and his team. But just as he says that, Mark shows up. He threatens to beat Moritz up. The moment turns tense. Suddenly, a group of young parkour athletes jumps in. Their leader is Alex, a 6th grader with confidence and power. Alex scares Mark and his friends away. Then Alex turns to Moritz and invites him to join their group. Moritz accepts, not knowing this choice will change everything. That night, Ianana asks Moritz to take dinner to his grandfather. Rudy works as a night guard at a shopping mall. Moritz sees this as his chance. He talks about his new team and asks Rudy to be their coach, but Rudy barely listens. Instead, the old man starts talking about his past. He remembers his late wife, Marianne. Rudy says that when he was young, he played as a forward for the applicant team. Back then, his best friend was Rothkirch, but everything changed when both men fell in love with Marianne. She chose Rudy, and from that moment on, Rothkirch never forgave him. The two best friends stopped talking and never spoke again. Moritz realizes there's no way to convince his grandfather, so he quietly goes back home. The next day, he starts training with his new team, the Devil Kickers. That's when Alex shows up with his parkour friends. He introduces them as the new players. Finally, the team has 11 members, just enough to enter the Youth Cup. During practice, things get interesting. The parkour kids use their jumping and flipping skills to try crazy soccer moves. Most of them fail badly, but Moritz doesn't give up. He keeps cheering everyone on, believing that if they work hard enough, they can beat Mark and his team. Still, not everyone is happy. At the end of practice, Katrina gets upset. She feels Moritz only cares about winning, not about having fun. Confused, Moritz watches her walk away. Later that night, the truth comes out. Mark is Katrina's half-brother. Her stepfather doesn't allow her to play soccer. He says soccer is not for girls and forces her to play tennis instead. But Katrina refuses to quit. She keeps training with the boys in secret. As days pass, problems start growing. Arguments break out during practice. In one drill, Moritz asks Katrina to pass the ball. Still angry, she ignores him and kicks it the other way. Moritz snaps. He accuses her of ruining the team just so Mark can win. That sparks a loud fight. They shout at each other until the rest of the team steps in and separates them. Then the big day arrives. It's the first qualifying match, Devil Kickers versus Blake. As they write the numbers on their shirts, the referee notices something wrong. They only have 10 players. Katrina is missing, and there's still no coach. Moritz stays calm and promises both will arrive soon, but deep down, he's scared. In panic, he calls his mother and begs her to tell his grandfather to bring him his teddy bear, his lucky charm. At first, Rudy refuses, but after thinking for a moment, he finally decides to go to the field. He has no idea what Moritz is really planning. As soon as Rudy arrives, Moritz points at him and tells the referee, "Our coach is here now." At the exact same moment, Katrina runs onto the field. The team is finally complete, just seconds before kickoff. The match begins, and it's a total disaster. No teamwork, no plan. Everyone runs in different directions. The Devil Kickers lose 12-0. The loss is painful. Everyone feels embarrassed and crushed, but Moritz doesn't let them fall apart. He reminds them there's still one more qualifying match. When they return to their practice field, their hearts sink. Tractors are destroying it. A new building will be built there. Their field is gone. Everything feels lost. But Moritz refuses to quit. That same night, he secretly gathers the team. He takes them to the shopping mall where Rudy works as a night guard. Using Rudy's security card, they sneak inside while the old man is asleep. Between escalators and long hallways, they start training again. Moritz tries another bicycle kick. The ball flies toward an escalator. At the same time, Rudy is coming down. Rudy catches them in the act. He quickly realizes what they've been doing. And then he finds out the truth. Moritz signed him up as their coach without asking. Everyone waits for Rudy to explode, but instead, he smiles. He tells them they have talent, but they don't know how to play as a real team yet. Then comes the shock. Rudy agrees to be their coach. He promises to train them for the second qualifying match, which is only 4 days away. The kids are more motivated than ever. Under Rudy's guidance, training becomes serious. He teaches them how to keep the ball, how to pass, and how to play together, not alone. They train everywhere, even inside a pottery workshop, learning control and movement. Slowly, the Devil Kickers improve. Finally, match day arrives. They're playing against Walpert. Before the game, Rudy gives them brand new uniforms. He tells them they can only keep them if they win. The match starts. At first, Moritz and Katrina argue again about who should lead the attack. While they're busy fighting, Alex grabs the ball, does an insane flip, and scores the winning goal. They win. After the match, Rudy takes everyone out to eat. The mood is perfect. Until Moritz sees someone outside. It's his father, Hull. Hull asks him to get in the car. He apologizes for everything that happened with Moritz's mother. He says he misses them both and gives Moritz his old soccer ball. But Moritz is still hurt. He refuses to forgive his father and walks away. Later, the team meets again at the mall to train. Rudy reminds them the truth. Walpert was the weakest team. If they want to go far, they must work harder. The kids agree. Soon, the round of 16 arrives. The match is even. Moritz, Katrina, and Alex all rush for the ball and crash into each other. Somehow, the ball keeps rolling and ends up in the goal. They win again. Next comes the quarterfinals. As Katrina is about to leave home, her stepfather Rothkirch tries to stop her. He orders her to quit soccer. She ignores him and runs straight to the stadium. Their opponent is Bracken. Before the match, Rudy reminds them, no solo plays, teamwork only. But the start is awful. Bracken scores 2 quick goals. Then Rothkirch arrives at the stadium. When Katrina sees him, something changes. She decides to show everyone what she can do. She dribbles past half the team and scores a beautiful goal. The crowd explodes. Soon after, she's fouled in the box. Penalty. Moritz steps up, shoots hard, and ties the game 2-2. After halftime, everything clicks. In a planned move, Katrina passes to Alex. Alex backflips and scores another insane goal. The Devil Kickers win and move on to the semi-finals. That night, they celebrate at the shopping mall. But there, they run into Mark and his team. Mark laughs at them. He says they'll never reach the final. Moritz doesn't back down. He challenges Mark to a contest. Whoever keeps the ball for 5 minutes wins. Mark agrees. The challenge begins. Moritz steals the ball and passes it to his teammates. The mall turns into a crazy soccer field. Both teams chase the ball everywhere. Alex escapes outside with security guards chasing him. Thanks to his parkour skills, he loses them easily. As time runs out, the Devil Kickers keep passing the ball between cars and people in the street. In the final moment, the ball flies high into the air. Alex kicks it up, and both Moritz and Mark jump to grab it. But this time, Moritz wins. He catches the ball first, beating Mark for the very first time. The Devil Kickers explode with joy, but their wild street game causes chaos. Police sirens get closer. Both teams quickly run away before they get caught. A few minutes later, the Devil Kickers can't stop smiling. They celebrate the win and praise Alex. N even says Alex is the coolest kid in school and asks if the rumors about him are true. No one understands what he means. But Alex suddenly gets upset and runs away without saying a word. Meanwhile, at Katrina's house, Rothkirch is planning something dirty. He wants his team to win the semi-final and get revenge on Rudy, so he secretly calls the referee and bribes him. Katrina's mother, Bertie, hears everything, but she stays silent, afraid of causing trouble at home. Not knowing any of this, Moritz goes to Alex's house. He wants to know why Alex got so angry. There, Alex finally tells the truth. He used to play for Epleene. One day, he was chosen for a huge match. But that same day, his mother had to go to jail to bail out his father. Before leaving, she asked Alex to watch his little brother, Tommy. Alex was scared of losing his place on the team, so he made a terrible choice. He left his brother alone and went to the match. Alex scored the winning goal. But when he got home, police cars and ambulances were everywhere. His brother had been in a serious accident. Since that day, Alex has never forgiven himself. Moritz tries to comfort him, but Alex is too broken. He says he's done with soccer and walks away. The next morning, the team prepares for the semi-final, but Alex doesn't show up. Rudy decides they must play without him and puts N in his place. The Devil Kickers walk onto the field to face Epleene. The match is brutal. Both teams fight hard for the ball. Nico gets fouled, but the referee ignores it. Again and again, the ref lets Epleene play dirty. But when the Devil Kickers make a tiny mistake, the whistle blows instantly. From one free kick, Epleene scores the first goal. The game continues. Katrina makes a solo run and shoots. The goalkeeper saves it. Moritz sees her open and calls for the ball, but Katrina shoots again. The ball hits the crossbar. That missed chance hurts badly. The match ends 1-0. From the stands, Bertie watches everything. She's proud of Katrina but knows the loss was caused by her husband's cheating. Later, Rothkirch throws a party to celebrate. Bertie asks him if he'll let Katrina join his team. He refuses. He says he'll never let a girl play. Things get worse for Moritz's family. Rudy is fired from his night guard job. Moritz's mother, Janina, still can't find work. When Moritz gets home, his mother asks about the match. Angry and frustrated, he yells at her and blames her for everything. Janina breaks down. She grounds him and sends him to his room. Later, she hears a voice outside. It's Hull. He apologizes again and asks to speak with Moritz. Soon after, the truth comes out. Thanks to Bertie, Rothkirch's bribery is exposed. Epleene is disqualified. The Devil Kickers are back in the tournament, and now they'll play the grand final. against Hull's team, Hollerf. Before leaving, Hull asks Janina to come to the match. He wants to talk afterward and try to rebuild their family. When Moritz hears the news, he's overjoyed. He runs to tell Katrina. He calls her from outside her window and apologizes for not passing the ball. He promises they'll play as true teammates. Katrina agrees to gather the team, but suddenly Mark appears. He blocks her path and challenges Moritz to a fight. Mark attacks him. The fight is brutal, but Moritz fights back and breaks Mark's nose again. He warns Mark to leave him alone forever. Moritz and Katrina run off together to meet the team. Meanwhile, Rudy sits alone at a bar, broken over the loss. He drinks too much and later walks home. On the way, a truck hits him. The next morning, Moritz rushes to the hospital. Rudy survived, but his leg is broken. The kids tell him about Rothkirch. Rudy smiles and tells them they can win the final, but he can't be there. The team panics without a coach. Then Moritz has an idea. At the same time, Hull finishes training Hollerf, but keeps thinking about his son and Janina. Suddenly, Janina walks onto the field. Hull asks her for another chance. When he mentions Rudy, Janina says he's sick. Then she shocks him. She will coach the Devil Kickers. Hull is stunned. Janina wishes him luck and walks away. Just before kickoff, Alex arrives with his father. He asks to rejoin the team. Everyone hugs him and gives him his uniform. Janina calls Rudy and puts him on speaker. Rudy wishes them luck and speaks directly to Moritz. He tells him one thing: lead them, like a true captain. Moritz nods and promises he will. The referee blows the whistle. The grand final begins. Rudy tries to help from the hospital by calling Janina, but since she doesn't really understand soccer, her instructions only confuse the players. Things get worse fast. Hollerf scores the first goal. The game goes on, and after a foul near the box, Hollerf gets a free kick. Moritz and the others form a wall, but the shot goes straight in. Second goal. The first half ends, and Janina has no idea what to do. That's when Rudy tells her something strange. He says, "Think of the game like baking a cake." Janina isn't sure, but she tries. She gathers the kids and says, "Imagine we're baking. We need to put 3 eggs in the pan." Everyone looks confused, but Moritz gets it. He thinks she means 3 attackers, so they change the plan. Moritz, Katrina, and Alex move up front. The rest stay back to defend. The second half starts. The Devil Kickers play with heart. They pass quickly, move together as one team. The ball reaches Alex. He spins, flips, and scores their first goal. It works. Janina keeps calling with more cooking tips, mixing food words with soccer. Moritz keeps translating her ideas into plays. Soon, Alex gets the ball again. He flips across the field, hits it without stopping. Goal. The score is tied. The stadium is loud. The pressure is huge. Then Moritz gets the ball. For a moment, he imagines his old dream, a World Cup final, a cheering crowd. But this time, he doesn't rush. He controls the ball with his chest, then lifts it into the air. A perfect bicycle kick. Not a shot, a pass. The ball flies to Katrina. She hits it first time. Goal! The crowd explodes. The match ends. The Devil Kickers are champions. Everyone celebrates. Even Hull walks over with a smile to congratulate Janina and Moritz. The family is finally together again. The team lifts the trophy with pride. Moritz walks up to Katrina and congratulates her. She thanks him for the assist. They smile, knowing that after all the fights, they're now true teammates. As the celebration continues, Moritz looks up at the sky. He dreams about the future. Maybe one day he'll wear the German national team jersey and score that bicycle kick goal he's always dreamed of. And that's the story. If you enjoyed this recap, don't forget to subscribe and tell me what you think about the movie in the comments below.